Today is going to be what I call like a quad day. 4 training sessions, bike, we have run, lift, and then swim. These days are very much so taxing, and it's a lot of hard work, but fatigue is the norm. I'm not from Texas, it's hot out here. I sweat a lot, so this just helps to make sure that I don't chafe.
Hey, we're gonna need 2 angles on this one.
Oh my God. Ironman is just how much fatigue can you endure? How long can you persist when you know you've been working for a long time already?
I better make it.
I know I'm not the best one right now. I know I still have a lot to go with running. I know that I'm quite new to biking, but like that challenge of being able to take on all 3 at the same time. I feel like the more that I train, the more that I work, the more excited I am about the competition itself. So it's really pushed me to keep working. You're gonna see me wear a lot of different funny outfits today, I will say. That's the beauty of triathlon training. All right, what is up everyone? My name is Luke Hopkins and welcome to a day in my life. I am a hybrid athlete currently training for 2 Ironman races. I have a 70.3 in Geneva, New York on July 14th, and then I'm doing a full Ironman September 8th in Madison, Wisconsin. Start off our day, I got about an hour and a half ride on Zwift. We're testing some zone 3 and zone 5 power intervals. And then from there, run off the bike, probably gonna deadlift today. And we'll close out the day with some swimming, maybe some yoga, something fun. But yeah, first hour I'm awake. It's usually get myself together, get some type of fuel in me. So I had Go Bar, 2 scoops of G1M, very quickly digesting carbohydrates with some sodium, provide me with fuel and hydration. But yeah, I'm gonna be here for the next hour and a half, just kind of spinning it out. It's hard to bike and talk. Tell me again what I wanna hear. I'm a ticking time bomb, crystal chandelier. So we started off, it was 6 rounds of 1 minute on, 1 minute off in zone 3 power. So that's around like 205 watts for me. And then I'm in the midst right now, 5-minute kind of intermission between a 2x20 at 215 watts. So it's just about sustaining that zone 3 threshold for a longer period of time. This is almost like some type of tempo work in a run. What you want to be able to do is just get better at maintaining a higher pace or higher wattage for longer periods of time. So I got another 20-minute block, like I said, and then we're gonna get into, I believe it is 6 rounds of minute on, minute off of zone 5 power. The zone 5 is like max effort. This would be like you're doing 100-yard sprints and you're taking 100 yards off after. But really that's pushing like VO2 max. It's good. I just prefer to ride outside. I think it's the adrenaline. I like it almost feels like, you ever see the movie Tron? They're on the motorcycles and they're just flying. It's cool, and I've really developed a good feel for riding outside, making turns, And it just kind of takes me back to when I was like a younger kid and you're like racing bikes with your friends. That's all I've tried to make Ironman training. It's just like the simplest form of it. You know, I swam competitively from 4 years old to 12 years old. So anytime I get back in the pool, I'm thinking, all right, like I've done this before, I've been here. Anytime I'm on the bike, I'm like, okay, maybe not this type of bike, because I've fallen off this so many times and I can't remember if I've ever fallen off like my old bike, but just like I'm riding a bike, you know? I did this as a kid. Running, I'm just having fun with it, so it's a good time. Dude, I just try to meditate. I try to just like, that's all, like sometimes if I'm really going through it, I'll flip my broom around, just kind of stare down, close my eyes. Can't do that on the road, because then I'll crash. But when I'm just inside, I try and like zone everything out, think about what I want to do with my day, think about if there's any people that I want to just like reach out to, checking on relationship-wise, any client work I have, just kind of like plan out my day. That's what I like to use this for. Plus, I feel like I'm a lot faster than my guy on the bike right here. Like, he just does not seem like an athlete, so I like to look at him.
Fast right there.
He's picking up speed. What's going on? It's the chill out time. Relax, bro. It's not like pretty at all. Like everything's very long. Everything's just like pretty decent effort for the most part. Like every now and then you're good at track workout. I do track workout like once a week and that's like entertaining to me. A lot of it just like being okay with being bored for a while. Continuous work that you have to do. Because the race itself, half Ironman can be up to 6 hours. Full Ironman, like at least 11, 12 hours. There's just some last few intervals. And then we can go run. So we totaled out hour and 25 minutes, 29.14 miles. So I was averaging about 20.4 miles per hour. Average power, 188 watts, which I'm pretty stoked about. Elevation gain was only 614, which is about half of what my 70.3 is gonna be. But like when you're riding indoors, especially if you're like power focused, elevation isn't really necessarily the priority. Yeah, overall, pretty good ride. Usually what I do is just kind of like hop off the bike, run out my door for the sake of the video. We're gonna go find a good place to run, probably bang out 6-7 miles. It's only 7:56, so we have a lot of time left in the day. Power of waking up early. If you don't wake up early, you absolutely should. You can get so much more done. But yeah, do a quick change. I'm also gonna have a Go Gel right before I run. This is just 24 grams of carbohydrates. Once again, super easily digestible. It's gonna help somewhat replenish the glycogen storage that I just depleted on the bike because like everything was in that kind of zone 3, zone 5 threshold, so I was burning more carbs and fats. But then after the run, we're gonna come back, have a super nutrient dense breakfast because I need food. But for right now, probably gonna get some electrolytes in here as well and just get running. I feel like a lot of people hit it, but like you're graduating college, major transition coming up, you really don't know what you wanna do with your life. So I was looking at like healthcare consulting jobs in New York, and I just didn't know what direction I wanted to pivot in. And I really just took like a genuine conversation with like two of my best friends to realize like, hey, like I love being an athlete. I love coaching. I love creating like anything like that. So like I want to try this out. I want to go all in on this. And Ian Fons, another BPN athlete, he reached out to me and was just like, come visit. Like I just moved down here, so for my spring break I came down and visited,
met all the boys, and I was just like, this is exactly where I want to be, like 100%. So I graduated May 10th and I moved down here May 15th. Just literally packed my car to the brim with my bike and all my clothes, and been here for a little bit over a month now. It's been nothing short of a dream, man. And it is so different sometimes too, because like you'll talk to people and they'll know from like the minute they get into college what they want to do. If you don't have that just like natural inclination to one specific thing, it's hard to figure out at 18, 19, 20 years old like what direction you really want to pivot into. So that's why it's just like a matter of just being like, hey, like I'm on my own path. Wherever I end up, whatever I end up doing is what I'm supposed to be doing. If I like it, great. If I don't, I learned and I can pivot in any direction from that. We are on to a quick workout number 2, 6 miles, easy, zone 2 running. These days are very much so taxing, and it's a lot of hard work, but like the way that I portion it out is like that bike workout is probably going to be the most intense workout that I do today, aside from the lifting, but like even that I'm going to kind of reel back on the weights and the volume a little bit to accommodate for the work that I'm doing. This run right here, super easy, zone 2, not necessarily easy, but like easy effort, zone 2. And then the swim, it's going to be a lot of form work, shorter distance. I think the longest I'll end up swimming is like a 300. But like that's how you go about like portioning out the Ironman training, because like fatigue is the norm. You know, you're never going to be able to go through an Ironman training block and be like, wow, I feel absolutely wonderful. I mean, it's the same thing with like a marathon training block. It's going to get to a point where you hit a wall and you're like, I've been doing the same thing over and over and my body's really feeling it, in regards to kind of balancing out between the 3 disciplines of swimming, biking, and running. It's kind of like a pull and a take on each certain day. You don't want to have a day where you do max effort bike, max effort run, max effort swim, because that's going to tax you a lot longer than if you're like, hey, I'm going to up the intensity on the bike, reel back a little bit on the run, reel back a little bit on the swim, and then the next day you go, hey, I'm going to, extend the distance of the swim, cut back on the run, maybe keep the bike the same. And you kind of can piece everything around so that you're continuously seeing progress in different manners and you're not burning yourself out. So we are gonna get into this 6 mile easy run. Should only be like 2 total laps around where we're at right now. And then, like I said, after that, some good grub.
Welcome. There's something in the distance. Out of here. Out of here.
Good. It's fun. 8 miles, 8:17 pace. Besides the fact it looked like I peed myself, like it felt super comfortable. It's just so hot here. But yeah, I mean overall, I just kind of went to that run. I was just like, whatever feels right, feels good. I didn't want to be like too focused. Car, watch out. But yeah, going into that run, I didn't want to be too focused on like my pacing or my heart rate. It was just going by feel. And honestly, that felt really good. No complaints, man. We are off to a great start today.
I just drink this in the morning, in addition to coffee, because like although there is a little bit of caffeine in Focus, I mostly take it because I recognize that I'm in like a glucose deficit. Like I just did 2 pretty intense cardiovascular activities, so like my body's glycogen storage is depleted. So since In Focus is like a cognitive performance enhancer and your brain's main source of energy is glucose, I'm trying to stimulate my brain to ensure that I'm not just on out of it. So that's why I take In Focus in the morning with like my greens, reds, and electrolytes. It's just kind of like a total rehydration, revitalize the body. I ran out of egg whites at Trader Joe's, so I had to do this for 2 eggs and then 3 full ones. I realized I am burning so many calories that like it isn't a concern whether or not I'm overeating. I don't think I've been at a surplus since I've started Ironman prep because of how hard I work. But I am a natural pro bodybuilder. Last year I was on prep for 22 weeks. It definitely gave me a good foundation for when it comes to understanding how to base my meals around ensuring that I'm meeting my protein goal and that I have enough carbohydrates to replenish my glycogen storage. But I'm not like directly inputting it into an app or anything because the mental drain of that is just something that I don't need added on to Ironman prep right now. Life's all about balance and moderation and enjoying every single aspect of it. So a lot of people who get like very much so caught up in tracking every single thing they eat, they lose that kind of enjoyment and the simple pleasures of life of enjoying a meal with your loved ones. So that was one big thing that I was grateful for when I came off of bodybuilding prep. It was just like, okay, like I can eat my mom's cooking again. Like it's the simple things, truly. I never felt like it was, hey,
What are you eating?
We're just talking about the difference of living in California. Oh, you can talk about this. Living in California versus living in Texas.
Yeah.
As you, nice. Do you know how hard I worked for that?
That was fire. That was fire.
All right, pre-workout. I'm gonna go with blackberry lemonade, no pump, pink lemonade flight, and then I usually do like a scoop to a scoop and a half of creatine monohydrate. Just these 3, mixed all up every day. It's the go-to.
You're lying. You don't do that every day.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you so much. In my house. All right, tell me when. So we're here in the BPN headquarters. All right, so we're here in the BPN gym right now. I was told that Nick's recording a podcast, so it would be inappropriate if I loaded the bar with as much weight as possible and slammed it. So we're gonna do controlled deadlifts, which is honestly for the better because right now I really am in like maintenance mode when it comes to strength. I am prioritizing the swimming, the running, and the biking for the triathlon. And after that, we're probably gonna get into some like lat pull downs, some low cable rows, just some back accessory work, nothing too extreme. Control deadlifts right now, probably gonna work up to like 405 or something like that. That's the goal, we'll see. Just gotta feel it out. I could probably load a lot more weight than I'm gonna load on the deadlift bar, but it's just like, there's no need for me to tax my body during the lift right now. So it's just about keeping that kind of like form super tight, keeping the weight somewhat decent. If I really have to pull back on weight to make sure that like, okay, I'm recovering well from my runs, my swimming, my biking, like that's totally all good because that's the priority right now. And I feel like that fast switch muscle fiber stimulation really helps with like my explosiveness, which then translates So like track workouts or like heavy bike intervals, which then like if you're expanding your VO2 max there, you're able to withhold more oxygen, or like your muscles are able to use more oxygen that you're intaking. Therefore, like you're able to build more endurance, stamina over time. So it all compounds, you know what I'm saying? That's what like a lot of people I don't think fully comprehend, is that like resistance training complements endurance training when done correctly. It's just about having that balance and understanding. It's just like, hey, like I can't go max out on deadlift and then just like try and sprint as fast as I can, because like if you try and do that every single day, you're gonna injure yourself. It's about having that balance. Hybrid training started probably summer after my freshman year of college. I realized I wasn't fully committed to the idea of playing club rugby at USC, and I came across this book called 25 Hours a Day by Nick Bare, and I did some more research on him. It's like, oh, this guy's pretty big and he runs. I was never a distance runner, so I was like, yeah, like might as well give it a try. And I would like go out and just try and run like a 5K as fast as I could every single day. And then June of 2021, I was just like, I'm gonna run a half marathon. So I ran a half marathon around my neighborhood, having like never ran more than 3 miles. And it was the worst experience of my life. Like my feet blistered, ripped open, and blistered again during it. And I couldn't walk for like 2 days after. My mom was like, you're never gonna run again, like that's it, yada yada. And I'm like, no, like now I have to get like really good at this. So ever since then, which is now like almost 4 years ago, I've been like really committed to the idea of finding that balance between running and lifting. And then now, as I've, competed in different events where I've had to prioritize strength and prioritize running, getting into like the triathlon training space with Ironman prep and bringing in 2 different disciplines of endurance, like have like really helped me develop the idea of like being a hybrid athlete doesn't come down to just like lifting and running. It comes down to like being successful in every discipline. It's not just a matter of just like, yeah, I can swim in the pool. Like it's like, okay, like train to swim in the pool. It's like, yeah, I can go for a run. It's like train to run. Like you really have to like test your limits with being a hybrid athlete. It's not a matter of just doing both, it's pushing yourself in both. So I've just always liked that idea of just, you're in control of your own path, your own training style with it. You can really define whatever it means to you, but it just comes down to like an effort thing. And if you're putting in the effort in both disciplines, all 3 disciplines, like whatever you are training for that means hybrid to you, that's what's most important.
Average G1M sport consumer.
Dude, I love G1M. Like it's actually
What's the best flavor?
Fruit punch. Fruit punch G1M with a scoop of lemon lime electrolytes. Oh my, it's a game changer.
Dude.
I'm also gonna grab Recover. Recover is essential amino acids, so having this post-workout just ensures that recovery happens a lot quicker.
Hell yeah.
Recover.
You taking some too?
Yeah, I need a restock too. Yeah.
In your own box,
Bro.
Thank you, Daddy.
Whoa, that's crazy. You don't let him call you that?
Last workout of the day. Really, it's just some good form work. So I'm gonna be cycling through 100s, 200s, and 300s of just normal swimming, focusing on just like every aspect of my form, isolating my lower body by using flippers. So this is just gonna help propel my legs, just focus on the kick. And then last but not least, I'm also gonna be using this pull buoy right here. This is what's gonna help take out my legs and push all the effort into my upper back to work my pulling mechanics. So Swimming, it's all about that kind of continuous motion. A lot of times it's like, if you want to run faster, you run harder. If you want to bike faster, you bike harder. If you want to swim faster, it's isolate your mechanics, get everything down in a functional manner. So it's all about finding that rhythm, that flow through the water. So that's what it's all about. It's kind of fun because, like I kind of mentioned earlier, like I swam competitively from ages 4 to 12 years old. So getting back in the groove of things, it's a good time. It throws me back a little bit, but we're probably gonna swim around 2,500 yards in total. And just see how it goes. Fourth workout of the day. I'm tired. I've only had 2 meals. Gotta catch up on some meals. Everything's clicking at the right time. You know, I'm about 18 days out from the 70.3 and feeling good in the water, feeling good on the bike, feeling good in the run. Still feel good just like in the gym, which I think is more mental than physical at this point. It's been a long day, but it's always a good day because it's just like, I get to do this, I get to do hard things, and it's truly like a privilege, and I want to make the most of this opportunity, so no complaints. Today has been great. Let's get out of here. There's a while that mentally I wasn't at peace with who I was as a human being. I think it was just like a lot of struggles like growing up and just like being a young kid. And I've always been in sports and I've always wanted to be really good at sports, but I used to find myself like getting in my own way. I would be all in on practice, in the weight room every day, on the field for extra hours, and then game time would come around and I'd be making like these silly mistakes because I was so nervous to mess up. And it took me a while to like grow out of that and to learn that just like to be an athlete is just give your best effort in every single thing you do. So to be in this position right now where I just graduated college, you know, I have very few responsibilities outside of just being an athlete, to have this chance to go like all in on this, it's just everything that I know a younger version of myself would be so very proud of at this moment. You might not be the fastest, you might not be the biggest, but like if you just have like an unwavering work ethic, if you just show up every single day, it's always going to work out in the end. And I think that's just what it comes down to. It's just no matter what you're going through right now, if you just keep showing up every single day, things are always going to get better.